Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, we've been growing out the beard. I'll tell you right now, I don't know how people have beards year round, because this thing is itchy. And I don't even have that much. I mean, I guess I got, got a decent amount of, But anyways, listen, if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe. On our way to that 1 million subscriber goal. And without further ado, let's get into the problems. So, if you guys haven't heard, the builder, which is a big improvement from past 2Ks. If you guys, it's just, it's nice. It's nice that we can customize it almost as much as we want. But there is a problem. Now, I put out a video maybe a week ago and basically explained everything I knew about the builder the first night that I was able to sit in it. Now, we've had a week and got to get opinions from other people. And today, I went into the builder and I looked at something that was alarming, to say the least, okay? So if you guys haven't been paying attention, or you don't have 2K20, 2K21 Next Gen, sorry, I don't know why I said 2K20. Basically, everyone's been making power forwards. Now, the reason being, if you haven't seen it, I'll do it real quick. No, effort at all. Basically, everyone's been doing 6'7", minimum weight. You could do whatever you want with the wingspan. And basically, not only do you get a ridiculous amount of badges, on top of that, your attributes are unbelievable, absolutely insane. This is with no, I'm not even really putting any thought into it. I think you put this down a little bit and you still got your speed, your excel, your stamina, and then not only that, defensively, you're still a demigod. You guys know, something like this, you can tweak it a little bit. I forget exactly what I did, on my 84 badge build. But essentially, you guys get the point. You can, 16, 20, 23, 23, you can make it even better. The point is, you get a ridiculous amount of badges and a ridiculous, look at the attributes, man. You're going to have 99 driving dunk, almost a 93 pointer. You're great, but you could pro dribble moves. You're fast with the ball. Your defense, your block, your rebounding is unbelievable. Now, the problem about this is it's not like this for every position. So this is essentially eliminating guards from being viable. Now let me tell you what I mean. Okay, and I know in past 2Ks this was kind of a thing. You would make a specific build at a certain position because it got more badges. I think it was 2K20. I always made my facilitating finisher as small forward because I got more playmaking badges just because I was a small forward. But the difference was, 2 or 3 badges. It wasn't huge. We're talking 30, 40, 50 badge difference. And on top of that, you could make the argument that the attributes are better at power forward too because they're much more well-rounded. So let's say 6'3" is the default height for a point guard. So we'll leave it at that. We'll put the wingspan up just like we did on the power forward. Okay. And you're going to see, of course, the one big difference you get is more speed, which makes sense, right? You're smaller. It's a video game. You should be faster, of course. But the problem with this is, look, just by putting up a speed, excel, a vertical to 70, just like I had on the power forward, and then my stamina, we'll put up to a 90. We won't even max it out. We're already at 44 overall. Okay, now, that might not mean a lot to you. But this is going to go up so quickly that our attributes are very, very limited. So look at just doing what we did on the power forward to start by putting the layup and the dunk up. We're already at a 60 overall. Also on the power forward, we put the three-pointer and the mid-range maxed. And then we put up the free throw until we got 20 shooting badges. So if we did that again, boom. We did ball handling and speed with ball were maxed out. And then we had our, quickly do this. We had our pass accuracy up, not maxed out, but up to an 80 or whatever. Already at an 86, we're done. We have a 94 overall. The only thing we could put up is our vertical, or we could put up a little bit of offensive rebound or a little bit of perimeter defense, and that's it. We're capped out at 95. Now look at this. It makes sense that we're getting a little bit better shooting because we're smaller. It makes sense that we're getting more speed, more acceleration because we're smaller. But not only does the other build get 40 more badges, it gets way more attributes overall. Look at this. It's not even close. And you say, oh, well, you didn't put any time into it. Trust me. I sat here for hours tinkering with it. And here's the real proof that is completely broken. If we go 6'7", minimum weight, max wingspan, just like we had the power forward, I'm gonna do the same exact thing, okay? Just like on the power forward, we had our speed, our excel, we had a 70 vertical, and a 90 stamina. Now let's put up this other stuff. Driving dunk, driving layup, maxed out. We had our mid-range up, our three up, and we wanted 20 shooting badges. Look at how much more we have to put into our free throw just to get 20 badges because we're a point guard. Same thing, ball handling, speed with ball, and we put this up to, let's say, into the low 80s. First of all, you already see we had over 20 playmaking badges. We only get 13 now. Even if we max this out, we only get 20. Now we only have 4 overall points. Look at, that's all we could do for defense. Or if you want interior and perimeter, that's all we can do. Not only is the badge spread way worse at point guard than power forward, even if we do the same physicals, same height, weight, wingspan, we still get less attributes and less badges. So basically it's making it so even if you wanted to make, which I did yesterday, I wanted to make a Russell Westbrook type of build for, you guys know I always do like a Russell Westbrook type video. Literally, it's almost, you could do it, you could make a point guard build, but it feels completely trash compared to a power forward build. And listen, I'm not saying every position should be the same in terms of badge spread and stuff. Just like in past 2Ks, it wasn't. It changed. You had to tinker with it, find the best position for your build. But it's like, if I want to be a decent point guard that's like decently well-rounded, it's really not even possible. Like just putting this stuff up here, I'm already at 94 with no defense. So what do I want to be a point guard with absolutely no finishing ability? Like I'm just a guy that can shoot, dribble, and then play a little bit of defense. Like I could go here, I could go steal halfway up and I'm done. That's all my attributes. It's crazy. This is basically eliminating people from making guard builds, because if you do it, you're at a complete disadvantage. A complete disadvantage to people that are making basically the same type of build, just at power forward. Now, the reason I wanted to make a point guard was I wanted 99 speed, 99 excel. I wanted to see what that was all about. So of course, I'm putting more attributes to get to a 95. Like my power forward, I think has 85 speed. So of course I'm saving those attribute points, but you're telling me like by lowering this by 20, I'll be able to get all the badges that I had on the power forward? Absolutely not. Look at, that's like the speed and excel I believe I have on my power forward, 85, 81, something similar. And right away, I'm already at a 92 overall with no defense. If I want perimeter defense, it's all over. That's it. I lowered my speed and my excel just like I have it on my power forward. It's not even close. So it's like you're at a complete disadvantage. Now, okay, I explained the problem. I hope you understand. I don't know if I did that great of a job of explaining it, but anyone that's been in the builder or played 2K for a while, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's not the fact that it's not perfectly balanced, because it never has been. Like I said, I specifically made my build in 2K20 at small forward because I got more playmaking badges at small forward. But the difference wasn't, okay, not only I got 40 more badges at small forward, but also I got much better, well-rounded attributes. No, that wasn't how it worked. That was nothing close to that. The difference was I got 3 or 4 more playmaking badges. So it was worth it. It was a little bit of a difference. This amount of unbalance is going to be a problem going forward. Now let's talk about, is there a possible solution? I honestly don't know. The problem with it would be if they wanted to give point guards a little bit more, make the attributes that you're upgrading cost a little less, so you're not getting to a 95 overall just like that. You have a little bit more attributes you can upgrade. The problem with that would be everyone that's already made their build, how would they not screw those people over? How would they not put them at a disadvantage? You could say, oh, they could give them the, maybe they want to add a little bit more badges to the point guard builds. Okay, that sounds like an easy fix, but would they just randomly give people that already made point guard builds more badges? I don't know if that's possible. I don't know how they would fairly go about it and, have people be able to make it still their build without 2K just saying, okay, you're going to get 3 more badges in each category. Like, people might have made the build different. I don't know if there's a solution to this. If you know one, put it in the comments. I want to bring awareness to this because I never really looked at the point guard or it's the same as shooting guard, basically, by the way. I never really looked at the guard builds. You guys know I'm more of a guy, I like to have a big ball handler, like a LeBron type of build, a Giannis, Kevin Durant, like a taller, NBA style player with my MyPlayer build. So I didn't really look at point guard and shooting guard in depth until today. And then when I started talking about it on Twitter, YouTubers started chiming in, 2K League players started chiming in, and everyone was basically saying the same thing. It's never been unbalanced to this extent. And that's the real issue here. I mean, listen, I love my power forward build. I could play on that all year. It's probably the best or one of the best builds in the game. I'm not saying this because like, oh, I need a point guard build. I'm just bringing it to the attention of the YouTube audience, the 2K community. Hopefully the devs check this video out because it's completely unbalanced. There's no way I should be able to, on my power forward, be 4 inches taller, have a longer wingspan, and still have the same finishing attributes, still 99 driving dunk just like this, but get more badges. Have maybe, 6, 8 less shooting. Right, this goes up to 94. I think my other build had a 84, so a minus 10 3-pointer, but still get the same amount of shooting badges. Have, what do I have? Maybe minus 10 ball handling, but still get the same amount of playmaking badges. Minus 10 ball handling, minus 5 or 10 speed with ball, and still get the same amount of playmaking badges. And then I can have maxed perimeter, maxed block, max offensive rebound, max defensive rebound, and get 24 or 26 more defensive badges. How does that make any sense? That is ridiculous, like ridiculously unbalanced. Ridiculously putting anyone that wants to make a guard build at a complete disadvantage. Now you can say, oh, but on the guard build, you get an extra 10 speed and an extra 14 excel. As you should. You're 4 inches shorter. You know what I mean? You're 4 inches shorter, of course, instead of having the advantage of the height, now you have the advantage of more speed. But it's almost like it's an advantage, but it also hurts you because by you putting these attributes up all the way to 95, it gives you less attributes to put your player up top. And on top of it, the point guard automatically gets less badges than the power forward. I don't mean to keep going in a circle. I just want to make it very, very clear what the issue is. And as I said, it's not like I'm like a guy that always has a point guard build. I never have a point guard build. I always have a bigger player. So if anything, this helps me have an advantage when I play, but I don't care about having an advantage. My goal is not to have a big advantage so that I could have the best win percentage on 2K. I don't care. My goal is to have the game be as fun for myself and for everyone else as possible. And I love creating builds, but when builds are this unbalanced, as I said, I wanted to make a Russell Westbrook build. I couldn't even do it because I'm looking at it and I'm like, this build is completely trash compared to my power forward build. Like, it's not even close. My power forward has better attributes, is more well-rounded, and has more badges. How does that work? The only thing the point guard would have is a little better shooting, and he would be faster. That's it. He would have if I put the defense up, I have to give away the finishing, and still I wouldn't have as good a defense as the power forward. Or I could give up the shooting to get the defense, but then the build can't shoot. My power forward could do everything. Y'all get the point, man. I'm not going to keep rambling. If you have a solution for this, let me know, because I don't know if there's any way they can really fix it. I hope there's something we can do to make it at least a little more balanced. But my problem, like I said, is how are they going to, the people that already made the point guard builds, how are they going to not, how are they going to buff point guard build in the builder, but not help those people out that already made the builds? You know what I mean? And I don't think, like, you can't nerf the power forwards to bring it more back to the point guards, because then everyone who's already made a power forward, are you going to take their build and downgrade it, or are you going to just, I don't know, like they already paid money, they already put VC into the build. How are you going to change the build then? You know what I mean? I think the only way is to buff the point. I don't think nerfing the power forwards is gonna work. But then if you buff the point guards, how are you gonna buff the people that already made the build? I don't think there's a perfect solution. I don't really know, man. I just wanted to bring this problem out into the open so people could see it, because it's gonna make it so, like, if you're playing 3v3, everyone's gonna be out there on either a power forward, or you might have one center on the court. Or if you're playing 5v5 Pro-Am, it's gonna be 4 power forwards and a center, because there's no reason to have a point guard, shooting guard. The small forwards are decent depending on how you make the build. The small forwards are viable, but right now the point guards and the shooting guards, in my opinion, attribute, well-roundedness, and badge-wise, they are at a huge disadvantage. It's going to be interesting to see what people do as the year goes on, and if 2K is able to fix it, man. But listen, if you have a solution, drop it in the comments, man. Definitely drop it in the comments. I think it'll help. You know, especially if you drop a good solution, everybody likes to comment. Who knows? Maybe we could find a way to get that to the devs and they could consider it. I don't really know what's going to happen, but in my opinion, this is definitely an issue. But it is what it is, I guess. I'm just putting it out there. Hopefully it goes where it goes, man. But if y'all haven't already, just drop me a like real quick if you made it all the way to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you guys are new. As I said, we're on that way to 1 million subs. Y'all have a good day. I'm out. Peace.